Hey guys, it's your girl Shamoya. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Welcome. We are back with another self-care chit chat video. It's been a couple weeks since I probably did a sit down check-in for self-care. If you're new here, I have an entire playlist with self-care episodes, probably up to about 8 or 9 episodes by now. I actually lost count of where I was in the conversation, but I love to come back and just check in and chit chat based on how things are going. And if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, whether it's about my self-care journey or anything along those lines when it comes to having a self-care routine or just working on your self-care and pouring into yourself, if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, be sure to leave it down below to give me ideas of what you guys want to hear about. But today's a very special one. I want to talk about a book that I've been reading for a few months now. I actually need to finish the book, and it's part of the reason why I haven't filmed this video yet, is because I've been kind of putting it off because I'm like, I'm not done with the book. I need to finish the book before I talk about it. But honestly, I was like, you know what? Let's just dive in. Let's talk about it. Let's do a quick check in, because I want to recommend this book to you guys. I want you guys to read it and check it out for yourself. So yeah, today we're gonna be talking about The Mountain Is You. I started reading this book, I think it was I'm gonna say June, I could be a little bit off. And one way I wanted to start pouring back into myself was starting to read again. When I look back, I used to read a lot of novels and just stuff like that, mystery. I used to read books growing up, and then when I became an adult, I just kind of stopped reading. And a lot of times I'm not into certain books or certain types of books anymore, so it's very hard for me to get back into reading. But I knew I wanted to read again. So back when I was struggling to get back on my self-care routines, I was like, you know what better way to get back into your self-care routine than to read a book that's gonna empower and motivate you. Today I was just watching YouTube and the Glam Twins mentioned this book, and immediately I was like, you know what? Yep, just gonna pick it and read it. And I ordered it on the Kindle, but I went ahead and did it on the iPad because I wanted something that I can just kind of take around, pick up where I left off. And having a physical book, to me, sometimes it's nice. Don't get me wrong, I love having a physical book, but I just feel like we're in technology. It's so much easier to read books on your device. So whether you have an actual Kindle, you don't need a Kindle. I have a Apple iPad, and also I read it on my phone. I don't think I've read it on the computer, but yeah, if you have an iPad, Kindle, whatever, you'll be able to download and read this book. Or if you want to buy the physical book, you can do that as well. But I just feel like it's so much easier for me to highlight, to share. If there's a quote or a saying, a line from the book that I want to share, I can literally just highlight it, press the share button, send it to my phone, add it to my notes, share it to my socials, which I've done in the last couple weeks. If you follow me on Instagram and stuff, you've probably seen a quote or two on my status or on my stories. So that's what I love about something electronic. Plus, if I'm at work, I don't have the iPad, I can use my phone. If you're in the airport, you just have your phone, you can use that. Any downtime, if you're on the toilet and you feel like, let me read something in the meantime, you can literally just have your phone and keep reading. I see people read at the gym. I'm not personally someone who likes to read at the gym. I rather just listen to music, but if that's something you like. So yeah, that's what I love about being an electronic, having it electronically, is because there won't be much of a moment where you're like, crap, I left the book at home. You can literally just pick up where you left off, and it stores where I'm at. So yeah, I have about another 50 pages I think to read, but I'm getting there. But this book was so good to the point of I was highlighting in the intro of this book. In the intro, before I even got to the actual chapter number 1, I was highlighting. So I'm gonna share a couple like quotes of things that stood out to me without giving away the entire book, because again, I want you guys to read it if you're on a self-care journey. And yeah, so let's get started. So, I was gonna make notes, but then I was like, it's so much easier for me to just like click and talk. So we're gonna start at the beginning. So one of the things, wait, I'm doing this wrong, hold on. So yeah, like I said, the book is titled The Mountain Is You. This is the cover right here. I will put it up on the screen and I will link it down below. It's by Brianna Davis, I think her name is. Hope I'm not wrong. Read the intro. It says, just as a mountain is formed with two sections of the ground are forced against each other, your mountain will arise out of coexisting with conflicting needs. Your mountain requires you to reconcile with two parts of you, the conscious and the unconscious. The part of you that is aware of what you want, and the part of you that is not aware of why you're still holding yourself back. Can we just have a moment? Like, there's always two things I feel like you struggle with. And just like it says, a part of you that say, yeah, well, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a doctor, whatever the case might be. But then the other part of you that just holds you back from doing what you truly wanted to do. And like I said, this was the beginning. This wasn't even like the actual chapter of the book yet. It says everything in nature is imperfect, and it is because of that imperfection that growth is possible. If we were already perfect, there wouldn't be any need to grow. We would know everything. We would have our life together all the time. There would be literally no need to fix anything because you're perfect. But it's because of the fact that we're not perfect why there's always room for growth. And that was one of the first things, or that was a realization that I had to come to within the last, I'm gonna say 2 years, and trying to have a self-care routine, was that every day is gonna look different. There's no perfect day. There's no perfect routine. There's always gonna be areas where I feel like I'm lacking and areas that I need to work on. And I'll use this book as an example because I've been reading this book since May, June, like I said. And then I started reading the Bible. You guys know I've been on my spiritual journey. And because I've been doing that and trying to keep up with like my verses of the day and my scripture of the day, now my reading of the book taking like a back seat and I'm lacking in finishing the book. And so I'm always like trying to find the balance of, okay, I did good today. I got up, I made my bed, I did my devotional, but I didn't film 3 videos that I wanted to film. So, you know, those little things you're always like wrestling with. Okay, but I have a skincare routine, but maybe I'm lacking with getting my toes done right now. I know it's literally examples of my current state and my current life, but there's always room for growth. Without breaks, faults, and gaps, nothing could grow and nothing will become. Guys, this was in the like intro. This wasn't even deep into the book. It was just that good. And I'm reading this book at a time where I'm out of the trenches when it comes to like my feelings and my emotions and just everything in life. I feel like I've already come out of the hard parts. Obviously there's ups and downs, but I feel like I've already came out of the worst part of it. But a part of me was like, geez, I needed this book 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But at the same time, I'm like, you're still self-sabotaging yourself right now in little areas. So I still need that like reinvention and rebirth. And that's what I felt like this book was for me. I have highlighted 160. See, I can see all my highlighted here on the side. 160 things that I have highlighted. So let's start with 1. All right. So one of the first things in chapter 1, yeah, I think it was chapter 1, is that there is nothing holding you back in life more than yourself. Whew, why is that making me emotional? Maybe it's because I'm on my period. There's an ongoing gap between where you are and where you want to be. Woo! Self-sabotage is almost always at work. I believe I've told you guys this before, where I went through a period where I literally was self-sabotaging myself. Even, let's say YouTube. Let's say with my content creation and being on YouTube and being a content creator and creating content and all that stuff. It's been such a hard journey for me to grow on all platforms. Not one, not just YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everything that I post on. It's been so hard to grow. And I was getting so frustrated because I'm like, I'm pretty much posting, and I know, like, especially when I started with my natural hair. That's what I wanted to post about. I wanted to post about my natural hair journey, my skincare, beginner skincare, products I'm loving, all those little things. That's why I started. That's how I started. And I knew it would be hard because obviously a lot of people are already doing it. But I felt like over time I grew in how I talk, the quality, everything looks good. And I'm like, but why am I not growing? I'm doing everything that everybody's saying to do, but I'm not growing. And instead of me like consistently kept doing it, I would pull back and be like, I'm just not gonna post. Or I'll tell myself that you need to film 2 videos today, but instead I'll just talk myself out of it, sit on the couch until it's too late to film it, and then not film it. I can't tell you how many times I've wrote down like so many video ideas that I wanted to film and talk about, and I'm gonna show this and do this, and then not do it. And for no good reason other than just self-sabotaging. Either just you be lazy and not do it, talk yourself out of it, saying that nobody will care, nobody will like it, nobody will watch it, why am I posting it anyway, that type of thing, and then you not do it. And what I find is that I end up regretting not doing it in the end. Even say working out, there was so many times I self-sabotaged myself between 2018 and 2022 where I could have gone to the gym and do a quick 30-minute workout, but instead I made excuses, taught myself out of it, lazy, whatever the case was, not go time and time again, weeks at a time, months at a time. And now I'm at my heaviest weight that I've ever been at. And I'm like, I self-sabotaged myself. If I had just stayed consistent and did a 30-minute workout, not even a lot, 30 minutes workout, go for a walk for 30 minutes, I could have maintained where I was at and not feel so much like I'm starting over because I was being consistent. So many, even with my skincare, or a lot of people with their skincare, you tell yourself that, oh, I don't have the time to do the steps, and you go to bed with your makeup on, or you don't really do your full skincare routine because you're like, I don't have time, and you make excuses and don't do it. And next thing you know, you have a breakout, and now you're upset because you're like, if I had just did that one thing, I could have prevented that happening. So there's so many examples I could give of ways in which I have self-sabotaged myself in the last 5 years. 5 years or so. There's so much I wish I could have done, that I should have done, could have done, that I didn't do, that now I'm like, why didn't you? Why didn't you? So the biggest obstacle in almost everything that we do is always ourself and our doubt that keeps holding us back. So another one that I liked is sometimes our most sabotaging behaviors are really the result of long-held fears we have about the world and ourselves. All right, and here's the example that they gave. They said, for example, if you're someone who is deeply afraid of being a passenger in a car, maybe your real fear is the loss of control. So, it's getting dark a little bit. So a lot of times, and that is why a lot of times when it comes to like relationship, we always tell people like, you have to fix the issues that you have inside. It's a deeper issue basically. So on one side you might be like, let's say you have trust issues in a relationships. A lot of time the reason you have trust issues because there was a deeper issue. Maybe it was something in a past relationship. Maybe it was something you saw your parent go through, your mom go through, you saw abuse in your home, so now you feel a certain way. So you have to address that issue first to avoid it impacting what you're trying to do now. So that's what pretty much is saying, that a lot of time it's a deeper fear of something that years of views that you've caused to affect you in that way, if that makes sense. But it gave some really good examples of just, instead, if you try to fix the problem on the surface, you will always come up against a wall. This is because you're trying to like rip off a band-aid before you have a strategy to heal the wound. I don't see myself as the type of person to go to like therapy, but these type of books help me to like just go deep and say, yeah, I've done that. Like that, maybe that's the issue with me. There's a deeper issue of why that thing is not working for you. So you have to like dive into that issue. So if therapy is something that you're into and you love to do, then that's a great way. But if you're like me, journaling, thinking, processing is how I address my feelings and whatever it is that is on my mind of what I'm thinking and what I'm processing. But yeah, this book was like speaking to me. I was like yeah, chapter 1 really dived into like ways you self-sabotage, why you self-sabotage and stuff like that. And later on it goes into other chapters about relationships and like for here it says, another one that I highlighted was, when we're in denial we tend to go into blame mode. We look for anyone or anything to explain why we are the way we are. If you have to constantly on a near daily basis rationalize why you're unhappy about your life, you're not doing yourself any favors. You are not getting any closer to creating the lasting change that you deeply desire. And let me just touch on that. And that's going to be probably my last point for right now. Let me tell you, I told myself at the start of this year, 2023, and I told my husband because I wanted to like verbally say it. And I told him, and I said, you know what? With this content creation, well, I kind of started doing it like the end of last year, October, November, December. But January was when I fully like wrote this down and said, okay, do I love creating content? Do I love being on YouTube, love being on social media and all that stuff? Absolutely. I love sharing everything I do. If I organize something in my house, I want to share it. If I bought something and found something that helped me at Target or helped me, you know, with my home, my life, my skin, a cute clothes, cute outfit, whatever, I want to share it. So first thing I had to do was think, is this something I love to do that I want to keep doing? And the answer was yes. And then my next thing was, well, if this is what you want to do, stop complaining. Stop blaming the algorithm, the social media algorithm, if you know, you know, and just create content. Stop complaining. And I literally told my husband, I was like, you know what? 2023, I'm not going to complain about me not getting certain views anymore, certain likes anymore. I'm just going to pick up the camera and film or take pictures and post content. And even though now it's what, September going into October, and I'm not where I would want to see myself, I can still see moments where I'm like, yeah, see, all you did was picked up the camera. Like I literally, like today, I went to Walmart the other day and I was just buying groceries and I saw some cute jackets, workout jackets, and I instantly thought of Lululemon. I was like, that looks like a Lululemon dupe. Like, nice quality jacket, has the thumb hole, it has the zip up, it's nice and structured, it had zippers. It was just a nice cute workout jacket. And I know that I can't afford Lululemon. I don't plan on buying any Lululemon in the near future. And the moment I saw it, I was like, ooh, that's a cute jacket. I should take some pictures of that. And I literally snap a couple pictures of the different colors, and I took a little video, and I went about my business. And I posted it yesterday on Lemonade, which is like more pictures. Posted it on Lemonade, and less than 24 hours later I have like 13,000 views on that post. And there's people asking, what's the name of the brand? Can't wait to get that. Oh my god, gonna run and grab that. And that made me so happy, because I'm like, all I did was stop, take a couple pictures, and post it. I could have looked at it and just be like, oh, that's cute, and go about my business. But I was like, nope, take out my phone, picture, quick couple pictures, make sure they were clear, and it's doing good right now. And I'm like, this is what makes me happy. Those are even like my YouTube channel, just having the same people watch my videos every week, take time to comment. Sometimes I post my video like at 9 p.m. at night because it's a late vlog, and I wake up in the morning and the same people that been supporting me the last couple months, they already watched it, they comment, they shared it, and I'm like, look at my little community. Like, that makes me so happy. So yeah, I just wanted to share a couple of those with you guys, because I was like, they need to read this. Like, every person who wants to be on a self-care journey should definitely read this book. Again, I will link it down below, and I hope you will enjoy it as much as I do. I don't want to share all the things I highlighted out of it, because I feel like if I share everything, what is there for you guys to read? So let me know if you've already read it, if you plan on getting it. Let me know which one of these highlights that I mentioned that resonates with you. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and what you want me to talk about in my next self-care episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.